Have you ever wondered why one extraordinary night, remembered for more than 14 centuries, continues to transform hearts, strengthen faith, and inspire countless believers across every generation? What Islam's 1,400-year history says about the night journey of Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, is not merely the account of an astonishing miracle, but the timeless reminder that Allah's wisdom unfolds beyond the limits of human understanding. This remarkable event took place during one of the most difficult periods in the Prophet's mission, after years of relentless persecution in Makkah, when rejection, sorrow, and hardship surrounded him from every direction. Historians of Islam describe this period as the year of sorrow, when the Prophet had lost two of his greatest supporters, his beloved wife Khadijah, R.A., and his devoted uncle Abu Talib. Yet history repeatedly teaches that moments of overwhelming difficulty are often followed by unimaginable mercy from Allah. In that atmosphere of pain and uncertainty, Allah chose to honor his final messenger with a journey unlike anything witnessed before or since. The Holy Quran briefly mentions this miraculous event in Surah al-Isra, declaring that Allah carried his servant by night from the sacred mosque in Makkah to the farthest mosque, so that he might show him his signs. Those few verses open the door to one of the greatest chapters in Islamic history. While authentic narrations preserved in Sahih al-Bukhari and Sahih Muslim provide the detailed account treasured by Muslims throughout the centuries. Guided by the magnificent creature known as al-Buraq and accompanied by the angel Jibreel, the Prophet traveled across an immense distance in a single night through the absolute command of Allah, demonstrating that the Creator who fashioned the heavens and the earth is never restricted by the physical laws governing his creation. This miracle was not presented merely to amaze the human mind, but to strengthen the hearts of believers, proving that divine power always surpasses worldly limitations. Every stage of this journey carried profound wisdom, preparing the Prophet for greater responsibilities and offering lasting lessons for every generation that would follow. As the Prophet approached Jerusalem, the sacred city already honored by generations of earlier prophets, history itself seemed to gather in silent anticipation of an event that would unite the legacy of divine revelation. The journey was becoming more than a miraculous travel across distance. It was unfolding into a powerful declaration that the message entrusted to Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, completed the mission carried by the prophets before him. Yet this was only the beginning of an even greater mystery, because beyond Jerusalem awaited signs, encounters, and divine realities unlike anything ever experienced by humanity, leaving believers throughout 14 centuries reflecting with awe upon what would happen next. As the sacred journey continued beyond Jerusalem, what Islam's 1,400-year history says about this miraculous night becomes even more extraordinary, for the Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, was about to witness realities that no ordinary human being had ever experienced. According to authentic Islamic tradition, he led the earlier prophets in prayer at Masjid al-Aqsa, symbolizing the unity of Allah's message from Adam to the final messenger. This remarkable gathering represented the completion of divine guidance, confirming that every prophet had invited humanity to worship the one true God. Yet the greatest wonders still lay ahead. Accompanied by the angel Jibreel, the prophet began the ascension through the seven heavens, where each gate was opened only by Allah's command. In every heaven he encountered prophets whose lives had shaped the course of sacred history, including Adam, Yahya, Isa, Yusuf, Idris, Harun, Musa, and finally Ibrahim, peace be upon them all. Every meeting reflected the continuity of revelation and the brotherhood of those chosen by Allah to guide mankind. Their welcome was filled with honor, demonstrating the unique status granted to the final prophet. As he ascended higher, the earthly world faded behind him, replaced by signs of divine creation that no language can fully describe. He witnessed magnificent wonders, glimpsed the realities of paradise and the consequences awaiting those who rejected Allah's guidance, and observed lessons that would later strengthen the faith of countless believers. Each scene carried profound wisdom, reminding humanity that this worldly life is only a brief passage before the eternal life to come. The suspense of the journey reached its highest point when the Prophet approached Sidrat al-Muntaha, the lote tree marking a boundary beyond which no created being had crossed except by Allah's permission. Even the angel Jibreel, who had faithfully accompanied him until that moment, could proceed no farther, emphasizing the unparalleled honor granted exclusively to Prophet Muhammad, PBUH. There, beyond the limits of ordinary creation and human imagination, the Prophet experienced one of the greatest moments in Islamic history as he received divine commands directly from Allah in a manner befitting His Majesty. Among the greatest gifts bestowed during this blessed encounter was the obligation of the daily prayers. Initially prescribed as 50 prayers each day, they were reduced through Allah's mercy, following the sincere advice of Prophet Musa, until they became 5 daily prayers while retaining the reward of 50. This extraordinary gift was unlike any other obligation in Islam because it was granted not on earth through ordinary revelation, but during the highest spiritual journey ever experienced by a human being. For more than 14 centuries, Muslims have recognized Salah not merely as an act of worship, but as a daily connection between the servant and the Creator, reminding every believer that the lessons of Isra and Miraj continue to illuminate hearts, strengthen faith during hardship, and inspire unwavering trust in Allah's infinite wisdom and mercy. The night journey and ascension did not end when Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, returned to Makkah before dawn. In many ways, that was where its lasting impact truly began. What Islam's 1,400-year history says about this miraculous event is that the greatest miracles are not always meant to remove every hardship, but to strengthen faith so that believers can endure every trial with complete trust in Allah. When the Prophet informed the people of Makkah about what had happened, many refused to believe him because they judged the miracle according to the limits of human experience instead of the limitless power of the Creator. Some mocked him, others questioned him, and a few even abandoned their faith, revealing that every test separates sincere belief from doubt. Yet those whose hearts were firmly attached to Allah accepted the truth without hesitation. Among them was Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, R.A., whose unwavering confidence in the Prophet earned him the honorable title of as-Siddiq, the truthful one. His response became an everlasting lesson that genuine faith is built upon trust in Allah and His Messenger, even when human understanding cannot fully comprehend divine wisdom. Throughout the centuries, scholars have reflected upon Isra and Miraj not merely as an extraordinary historical event, but as a timeless source of hope for every believer facing difficulty. Whenever life appears overwhelming, whenever sorrow seems impossible to overcome, and whenever the future feels uncertain, this miraculous journey reminds Muslims that Allah is fully aware of every hardship and that relief often arrives in ways beyond human imagination. The same Lord who honored His beloved messenger after the year of sorrow continues to guide, comfort, and strengthen those who sincerely place their trust in Him. The 5 daily prayers, gifted during this blessed night, remain the greatest practical reminder of that connection. Every call to prayer invites believers to pause, leave behind worldly distractions, and stand before their Creator with humility, gratitude, and hope. Each prayer renews faith, cleanses the heart, and reminds the believer that success is measured not by worldly achievements alone, but by obedience to Allah and steadfastness upon His guidance. More than 14 centuries have passed. Empires have risen and fallen. Civilizations have changed beyond recognition, and countless generations have come and gone. Yet the message of Isra and Miraj continues to inspire millions across the world with the same power and certainty. It teaches that no darkness lasts forever, no sincere prayer is ignored, and no act of patience goes unnoticed by Allah. The miraculous night journey remains one of the clearest signs that divine mercy always accompanies sincere faith, and that every believer should remain hopeful regardless of the challenges they face. Its lessons continue to illuminate hearts, deepen conviction, and strengthen the bond between humanity and its Creator until the end of time. If you're benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.